Hi, church. When you woke up this morning, what hopes or expectations did you have for your day? If you're anything like me, on many a bleary-eyed morning, your hope is set on getting to bed a bit earlier than the night before. But really, what did you expect? Whatever it was, it probably wasn't that different than your expectations for the day before, or the week before. For some of us, for the year before. There are things that create bigger changes. Perhaps a new job or where you live. Unexpected things like sickness or loss. Maybe a new relationship, a new baby in the family. These things can shake us free from normal. But more often than not, our predictions for tomorrow look a lot like today. More than likely, that was the case for the lame beggar that Peter and John encountered in Acts chapter 3. Luke tells us that they were going up to the temple to pray, and there at the temple gate called Beautiful, he called out to them. Now, he was there for two reasons. First, he wasn't allowed to enter the temple. There was a prohibition that came from 2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 8. But more significantly, he was there because as people passed by into the temple, he would put his hand out and ask for money. Unable to walk, this is how he procured his livelihood. Chances are when he woke up that morning, his expectation for the day was to go to the temple at the time of prayer, which would have created the greatest foot traffic, and beg for money, just like he did every day. As a 40-year-old man, this was the rhythm of his life. The best he could hope for was perhaps someone being a little more generous than usual. Toss a couple more coins his way. When he saw Peter and John about to go into the temple, he asked them for alms. Peter looked intently at him, as did John, and said, "Look at us." And he fixed his attention on them, expecting to receive something from them. But Peter said, "I have no silver or gold, but what I have, I give you. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, stand up and walk." And he took him by the right hand, raised him up, and immediately his feet and ankles were made strong. This is the first miracle recorded after Pentecost in Acts. Peter's faith is pretty astonishing. This man had not walked a day in his life. What gave Peter such confidence? Luke chapter 5 tells us of Jesus healing a paralytic. Now, Peter was on hand that day. He saw it happen. And in this moment, Peter had such faith that the Spirit of the Lord was present, was working through him, that he reached out his hand, pulled the man to his feet. And that's amazing, isn't it? Can you imagine how this man's life changed from that moment on? Jumping up, he stood and began to walk, and he entered the temple with them, walking and leaping and praising God. Now, there are a number of things that we can take away from this story. And perhaps for you, the encouragement today is to have faith like Peter. And maybe not to go down to the hospital and start lifting folks out of their bed, but to have faith that the Spirit of the living Lord is present in you and wants to work through you to bring life change in our community. May we all have such hope. Or maybe you identify with the beggar at the gate. There's something in your life that you just can't do anything about. You have no hope or expectation that life can be any different tomorrow than it was today. Maybe you need to trust the power of Jesus Christ, that it is sufficient, and to put your hope in him to transform your life, to do the unexpected because of his love for you and for his glory. Maybe your life has been changed. Jesus has forgiven you, given you new life, a new start, but you're still sitting by the gate. I pray that we are the kind of community that never loses our ability to leap, with celebration for the mighty work that Jesus has done. Have a blessed week, church.